Welcome back to Sankalp Tutorials video lecture series. In my previous lecture, I have explained about the hyperconjugation. The link for that lecture is given in the description box. In today's lecture, I am going to explain the application of the hyperconjugation. So let's start with the application. Hyperconjugation help us to explain the stability of carbocation, which is a reaction intermediate. It also helps us to explain the stability of free radical. It is again the type of reaction intermediate, and it also helps us to explain the stability of alkene. So one by one, we will look into the detail of the stability of carbocation, stability of free radical, and the stability of alkene, and we will see how hyperconjugation define their stability. So very first, stability of carbocation. We know that carbocation are of three types, that is tertiary carbocation, secondary carbocation, and primary carbocation. So this first structure, the central carbon is having plus charge and it is associated with three adjacent carbon atom. So it's an example of tertiary carbocation. The second structure, the central carbon is attached with two more CH3 group. It is a type of secondary carbocation. While this structure, this carbon is attached with only one carbon. It is an example of primary carbocation. For any compound to show hyperconjugation, the requirement is there should be sp2 carbon atom, and that sp2 carbon atom should have the adjacent carbon bearing minimum one hydrogen atom. So as you see in the structure number 1, the central carbon is sp2 hybridized. It is having three adjacent hydrogen atom, and each of these three adjacent carbon atom, and each of these carbon atom is having the 3 hydrogen atom. So definitely this structure satisfies the need to show hyperconjugation. So we can say that this particular structure can show hyperconjugation because of 3 hydrogen from here, 3 hydrogen from here, and 3 hydrogen from here. While if you look at this structure, in this structure the central carbon is having adjacent one carbon and the other carbon. Both these carbon are having 3 hydrogen. So again it can show hyperconjugation, and it will show hyperconjugation because of 6 hydrogen. While in this structure there is only one carbon and this carbon is having 3 hydrogen atom. So it will show hyperconjugation because of these 3 adjacent hydrogen atom. While in this structure there is no adjacent carbon atom, so it will not show any hyperconjugation. So it is said as more the number of hyperconjugated structure, more will be the stability of carbocation. Thus, the tertiary carbocation will be more stable, then comes the secondary carbocation, and lastly will be a primary carbocation. Now let us see how the hyperconjugation help us to explain the stability of free radical. Now on the same basis as we say tertiary, secondary and primary carbocation, we can define tertiary, secondary and primary radical. So this first is the example of tertiary radical. The central carbon is attached with 3 adjacent carbon atom. This is the example of secondary radical. The central carbon is associated with 2 more carbon, and this is a primary radical. The central carbon is attached with 1 carbon. Again, in radical, the central carbon is sp2 hybridized. So as for hyperconjugation, compound should have sp2 hybridized center. So it is having sp2 hybridized center. This sp2 hybridized center should have minimum one carbon atom having hydrogen. So here you can see there are 3 adjacent carbon atom and each of carbon atom is having hydrogen. So this will show the hyperconjugation because of 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is total 9 hydrogen atom. While in this second structure, the central carbon is having just 2 adjacent carbon atom, and these 2 carbon atom are having 3 and 3, total 6 hydrogen. So it will show the hyperconjugation because of this 6 hydrogen atom. While in this third structure, this carbon atom is having just one adjacent carbon atom having 3 hydrogen. So it will show the hyperconjugation because of 3 hydrogen atom. While in this structure, there is no adjacent carbon atom, so hyperconjugation is not possible. So the first structure will show maximum number of hyperconjugated structure because there are maximum number of methyl group present. So we can say more the number of methyl group present to this adjacent carbon atom, more will be the hyperconjugated structure. Or in other way, we can say the tertiary radical will show highest number of hyperconjugated structures, so it will be more stable. Then comes the secondary radical, and lastly will be a primary radical, which will show the minimum number of hyperconjugated structure. More the hyperconjugated structure, more is the stability. So more stable is the tertiary, then is the secondary, and last will be a primary. Now let's look how hyperconjugation help us to explain the stability of benzyl carbocation. Now in this structure, you can see this part as an aromatic ring as a benzene, which is having the substituent called as benzyl ion. Now in this benzyl ion, there is a substituent at this para position. There is one carbon. So I can say that this one is the sp2 carbon center. As such, all the carbon of the benzene are sp2, but we are focusing on this carbon, which is sp2 center, which is having adjacent one carbon. But this adjacent carbon is not having any hydrogen. If the adjacent carbon is not having hydrogen, means that particular carbon will not be giving you a hyperconjugated structure. So this structure will not show the hyperconjugated structure because of this adjacent carbon is lacking hydrogen. Similarly, if you see for this structure, this carbon is sp2, which is having adjacent one carbon, and this adjacent carbon is having the hydrogen. So definitely this molecule will show the hyperconjugation because of this one hydrogen atom. Now if you see the structure number 3, in structure number 3 again this is sp2 center, which is having one adjacent carbon having 2 hydrogen atom. So it will show the hyperconjugation because of 2 hydrogen atom. While in this case, this adjacent carbon is having 3 hydrogen atom, and it will show hyperconjugation because of these 3 hydrogen. So maximum number of hyperconjugation structure are possible in structure number which is labeled as 4, followed by number 3, followed by number 2. So this structure, which is very first structure, will show minimum hyperconjugated structure, so it will be least stable, and this structure will be the most stable because of hyperconjugation. Now let us look how hyperconjugation decides the stability of alkene. In alkene, we know that both this, if we take an example as A, so this alkene is having 2 carbon, and both the carbon are, we can say, sp2 hybridized. Now as per hyperconjugation, the sp2 center should have adjacent one carbon having minimum one hydrogen. So if I look at this carbon, there is adjacent one carbon, and this carbon is having 3 hydrogen. But if I talk with reference to this other carbon, again adjacent there are 2 carbon and both are having hydrogen. So I can say there are 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 hydrogen in this you can say structure, which will give you the hyperconjugated structure. That is why this will be the stable type of alkene. Now if I look at the alkene which is indicated as B, these are the 2 carbon which are sp2 hybridized. This carbon and its representation is same as of structure A. So there are 6 hydrogen which will be responsible for hyperconjugation. But if I look at this carbon, now there are just 2 hydrogen which are present. So total number of hydrogen which will give you the hyperconjugated structure will be 2 plus 6, that is 8, which is less as compared to the our counting as a 9 for structure number A. Now if I look at the structure number C, this carbon is sp2 and this carbon is again sp2. So there are 6 hydrogen which will give hyperconjugated structure on this side. But if I look on the other side, this carbon is having just only one hydrogen atom. So total there are 7 hydrogen atom which will give you the hyperconjugated structure. While if I look at the structure D, I will still found the lesser number of hydrogen which will be responsible for hyperconjugation. Here there is an adjacent carbon, but this adjacent carbon is not having any hydrogen. All are the alkyl substituent. But if I look at this carbon and the adjacent carbon as this and this, both are having 3 hydrogen. So it will be having 6 hydrogen, which will give you the hyperconjugated structure. So here we did the counting. It was coming as a 9. Here it was 8. Here it is 7 and here it is 6. So more the chances of getting hyperconjugated structure, more is the stability. Or in other way, for alkene we can say, if your alkene is having more substituent as a alkyl group, more are the chances for the hyperconjugation. So this is all about the application of the hyperconjugation. Hope you have enjoyed the video. So to get update about more such video, press the bell icon, subscribe my channel, share it with your friends and like it. Thank you for watching my video.